Welcome to Ghost Dimension's Top 10 Scariest Moments. Coming in at number 10, one spirit is very vocal. Ghost Dimension encounters something strange inside a haunted mansion in Liverpool, UK. Wooton Hall was built in 1704 and is alleged to be haunted by the spirits of former Freemasons that secretly held meetings there. There have only been a few paranormal investigators that have been able to stay for an entire night, and as Bex, Sean, and the team investigate the building, they capture something incredible.
Let's go up because there was stuff that went upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, that happened upstairs.
Paul, you've put protection around us all, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, can I just take 1 minute right now to do it myself? Okay, 1 minute.
Can I just say I'm wearing crystals if anyone wants any?
Really? Can I have a crystal?
Crystals in here.
Can I have one?
On your wrist. Help yourself.
What, that?
Either. They'll do the same.
Cheers. Okay, I just don't feel safe. Feel like... Do you hear it?
Jesus. Did anybody hear that?
Did you hear that?
The growl.
As our cameraman Andrew handed Bex a crystal to help protect her away from negative energy, it had an instant impact with a nearby entity who appears to growl as she secures the crystal to her wrist.
Cheers. Okay, I just don't feel safe. Feel like... Do you hear it?
Jesus. Did anybody hear that?
Did you hear that?
The growl.
With this entity now agitated that Bex had attempted to protect herself, would it be able to draw even closer to a manifestation as the night continues?
Okay, I just don't feel safe. Feel like... Do you hear it?
Jesus. Did anybody hear that?
Did you hear that?
The growl.
Coming in at number 9, and the ghosts are knocking. Heading to the south of England, they investigate the Black Horse Pub. Ghost Dimensions find themselves at Pluckley Village, said to be the most haunted village in the entire world. This beautiful country pub is steeped in history and was built in the 1470s as a dry, moated farmhouse to the prominent Daring family. The pub is also well known for its ghostly encounters, one of which being an invisible phantom who makes himself known by moving both glasses and possessions around the pub, which can go missing for days on end. As the crew investigate the building, they find a secret passage leading to the attic and come face to face with paranormal activity.
My eyes are definitely playing tricks, I'm sure of it.
What are you seeing?
I don't know, like my eyes keep changing, like big and then small, but I don't know, it's just like my mind just telling me that I'm seeing that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I can't see a clear image of myself.
No.
I don't know if it's because I'm just, I don't know, my eyes just keep changing.
That's really bizarre.
I mean, I can see over the top of you.
Yeah, I can.
And
Yeah.
when I'm looking, you do look completely different.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Like my
person.
nose was
Yeah.
really long, didn't it?
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
What was
Yeah,
that?
I heard that.
Every time we play this chant. Are you there?
That was underneath my foot.
It was underneath your foot, yeah.
That was underneath my foot. I just I'm literally freaked out.
No way.
Oh my.
Is anybody by the stairs?
Oh my god.
I heard somebody,
Oh! It's Paul.
I heard somebody coming up them stairs. On the head. Did you find your head?
Okay. What was that?
There's nobody there.
There's nobody there.
Oh,
You'd hear them coming up the stairs.
what was that? It sounded like a
Martin,
stone
man.
had been thrown or something.
So
I know. It
something
vibrated
dropped,
under my foot.
Was that something that had been
I
thrown?
don't know what it
Let me
was.
see.
It freaked me out.
I thought someone had thrown something.
What? Check that corner, by the way, because there's loads of stuff set up in that corner.
Oh, maybe something fell off.
Is it the same?
Massive spider.
I'll stay over here then.
No? Did anything move from over there? What was that?
There's all sorts of bits and pieces on the floor, so it's hard to say
Yeah,
if
nothing.
anything's different.
But no, that sounded heavy. Like
That was
It, yeah.
It
That was-
that sounded
vibrated
like a big stone or.
It vibrated underneath my foot.
Heading in to number 8, and a spirit voice from another dimension. Sean heads out on his own to Manchester to investigate the Old Market Tavern. This Grade 2 listed building was part built in 1690 by the first Earl of Warrington, and then extended to be the town hall in 1855 by the 7th Earl of Stamford. There have been multiple ghost reports, including the smashing of pots, cold spots, and claims of dark shadows walking around the building. Sean's mind is blown as he hears and captures a ghostly voice.
What's thinking about with these noises? Hello? Bang bang. I don't know if we're picking these up, but we should be. Do it again. Do that for me again, please. What was that? What was that? I'm sorry for my language. What was that? What?
The noise I had just heard was one of the clearest noises I have ever heard. I believe it said, "I never." Was this the lady Andy referred to earlier, or was it someone from the days when this place was a court, pleading their innocence?
Do that for me again, please. Do that for me again, please. Do that for me again, please.
Coming up at number 7 in one haunted orangery. Hidden inside beautiful parklands in Allerton sits the ruins of a once former glorious mansion known as Allerton Towers, which was built in 1849. Numerous ghostly sightings have been reported at the orangery, and the most notable of these is that of the ghost of a lady in white, and is believed her name was Mary. Her story was a tragic one that involved a pregnancy scandal, and it's alleged her body was hauled from a well, and most people assumed that she had fallen to her death. Ghost Dimension sets up lock-off cameras in the area she has been sighted and captures something incredible.
My name's Paul. Don't mean you any harm. Did you? What is that?
Paul heard a voice which appears to say go, and in a female tone.
My name's Paul. Don't mean you any harm. Did you? What is that?
and at the very same time Paul heard this voice, we caught something moving around the laser trigger and REM pods on the lock-off camera. First of all, the laser trigger is alarmed as the beam is broken and footsteps can be heard heading towards the far REM pod. Also, keep an eye on the leaf in the left lower corner. We know for sure that this was a leaf, and as you can see from the footage earlier, as the lock-off camera was being set up, it was kicked into position and now seemingly vanishes into thin air at the exact same time as the activity occurs on our devices. But this activity doesn't stop here. Immediately following this disappearance, the trigger beam is broken again, but this time we capture something actually breaking the beam. As you can see in the footage, the beam is broken and then a solid object appears to move in a strange motion as the light from the beam bounces off the entity that seemingly walks through the light emitting from the laser. And on closer inspection, we can see that there was no rodent or insect causing this anomaly. Perhaps we have just caught the first ever glimpse of the infamous Lady in Grey, who haunts the Orangery.
In at number 6, and time for ghostly noises. Ghost Dimension heads to the heart of Bolton to investigate a little-known haunted jewel of a location, the Old Three Crowns. Built in the mid-18th century, the pub has an old-world charm about it, which belies what seems to roam within. The pub once operated as a hotel, but hasn't had any living guests for many years. There are reports of paranormal activity throughout the pub, including the cellars, the beer garden to the rear, as well as the rooms which were once used by guests when it was a hotel. It is believed at some point in time the hotel may have operated as a brothel, and that an angry male spirit is causing the activity. He has been seen walking the corridors, and banging has been heard from a cane that he has been witness carrying. Do the crew encounter the exact same spirits as they capture activity on camera?
Before the investigation started, as we collected footage for the show, strange things started to happen to the crew.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. She's down here now doing the shots. Jesus. As you can hear, these really weird noises that something just got thrown. It was like one of these things on the floor, and then one of these, which you just literally heard on camera, went du-du-dumph. So, freaky. There's no one here. I'm just doing the shots, as you can see. Look. That was mental. Can't believe that just happened.
Kid you not, right? I came here to look for another place to shoot the intro, and I heard like a voice that didn't sound like it was grounded, if you like. It sounded like it was away from me. It was a man's voice, and I don't know what it was saying. like stand back, something like along the lines, but I can't be sure that he was saying that. But it sounds like it came from here.
Coming in at number 5, and haunted buses. Ghost Dimension investigate the Northwest Museum of Road Transport. The building within, which the Northwest Museum of Road Transport is housed, was constructed in 1881 for the town's horse-drawn trams. It continued in use for public transport purposes, housing steam and electric trams, trolley buses, and motor buses. It appears that it is now also home to a number of spirits. Workers at the museum have encountered multiple ghostly sightings, from flashing unexplainable lights to sea serpent creatures. Bex, Sean, and the crew come into contact with a very noisy spirit, and one which still seems attached to a particular bus.
Bex could hear children by a bus that had been involved in an accident, and when we approached, a loud crashing noise can be heard.
What the hell?
We also caught the following sounds on the camera audio, which was not noticed at the time, and sounds like somebody whistling.
Right, before the bang. Like somebody's teeth. Do you hear the noise in the bus?
Perhaps our chanting music from earlier had intrigued the spirits inside of the museum to come out and investigate us.
As we ventured onto one of the buses, Paul caught an anomaly on the SLS camera. Was this one of the spirits that had been making noises we could hear around the building?
Bigger. I'm gonna
Yeah,
chant as
there's
well.
a figure.
It's like it's actually hanging onto that bar.
It does look like, yeah.
That is weird. Can you, if that is you, holding on to the bar, can you walk into the bus? Walk into the bus.
And it did.
It did?
It went from there to there and just vanished. Boom, boom, very quickly and gone.
Can you come back out of the bus and hold on to that pole? Footsteps as well.
Mm-hmm.
Time for number 4 and a 2-for-1 hit of Paranormal Activity. Ghost Dimension head to the village church farm, Skegness. There are a number of traditional indigenous buildings, including a thatched mud and stud cottage and a 19th century stable block and cowshed. The village is alleged to host a hive of paranormal activity for quite some years. Bex and Sean encounter a vocal ghost in one of the sheds, and then as Bex ventures out to investigate solo, she has a spooky encounter all of her own.
Is that you? Did you do that?
Can you hear that?
They're grunting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's that? Tap, tap. It's over there.
It's in the corner.
Hello? Can you tell us your name? Are you angry this was your life? Have you got unfinished business with people? Because they made you do this. And you thought you were better. Or do you not see us? Are you just reliving your day? And you can't hear us right now?
Hello?
you hear that? Did you hear that?
The voice came back. Yeah, I heard that.
That's a woman's voice. Do it again. Say something.
Hello.
Again.
Yeah. It was a woman's voice.
A woman's voice could clearly be heard and appears to respond to Sean's questions. Was this the sound of a female who may have worked here in the washroom? And what else was she able to do?
Hello.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
The voice came back. Yeah, I heard that.
That's a woman's voice. Do it again. Say something.
Hello.
Again.
Yeah. It was a woman's voice.
It likes you. It's not reacting to me.
Do you like men?
Yes.
Yes, I heard that.
It's by the door. It was just plucky. Yes. Oh, it's a bit big. I'm not gonna put the top hat on. Okay, I'll put something else on. Off we go. What's this? I'll put the bed hat on. What I'll do is I'll put the bed hat on and I'll lay on the bed. Okay, so you don't want me to put the bed hat on?
Coming in at number 3, ghostly grunts and a wandering monk. The crew head to Newark and investigate paranormal claims at the Rutland Arms Hotel. Local stories in the area tell of a monk who used to wander a secret underground network of tunnels connected from the pub to a nearby church, and he goes by the name of Cuthbert. As the team investigate the location, they come into contact with a ghostly grunt, perhaps from Cuthbert himself, and then they manage to capture something incredible. What happens to be a monk walking through the floors of the Rutland Arms.
Can you communicate with us through the devices? You're making the corner of the room go really cold. Can you make it go really hot?
As Nicola and I were investigating room 9, another spirit person clearly made contact with us. We could not work out what this spirit said, but it was clearly audible in the edit.
Can you communicate with us through the devices? Can you communicate with us through the devices?
Unbeknown to us, in edit, we spotted a figure that appears to look like a monk passing through some of the windows as we were setting up the VTs for Bex. Could this be a monk that is connected to the church that used the hidden tunnels beneath this building?
Reaching the end, and it's number 2, a hooded ancient Egyptian priest. Ghost Dimension investigated Leeds Library, known locally as 5 Floors of Terror, home to a mummified priest, Nessie Amun. Nessie Amun's mummy was moved to Leeds City Museum in 1823 and has been recognized as one of the most remarkable mummies in Britain. As the team investigates, all of the paranormal equipment can be heard in a clip alarming, indicating that supernatural activity is taking place near to them. And moments later, a black shadow crosses their path. It wasn't until the footage was edited that they spotted what appears to be a hooded figure crossing the camera.
Inches.
Inches? Are you inches away from us?
It's like the Morse code, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's tapping.
Can you give us a voice sound? Can you use your voice and let us know that you're here? Why is that going off like that, Paul?
Well, there is no reason. I mean, it's generating a bubble. Well, if something's going into it and breaking that bubble, that shouldn't be doing anything. The others
We're
aren't
nowhere
going off.
near it. Nowhere near it.
No.
Hammer.
Hammer?
Probably fed up with it.
Just hammer it. Okay.
Oh God!
Oh my God, Paul, look. Oh. And that was me, but look, that's going off. Now, that only goes off if an energy goes near it, doesn't it?
Yeah, unless he's going off now, nobody's near it.
The REM's going off.
Oh my God, there's an arm!
No,
Yes!
seriously.
Going towards the casket.
Towards the REM.
I've just got a black shadow going
Really?
right the way across.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my
I've got it on
God.
camera.
Yeah.
I've got it on
yeah.
camera.
Just experience this.
Jane had witnessed the shadow figure on camera. Paul was on the left and Sean and I were on the right. No one calls this figure, which appears to be monk-like. Who was it and where did it go? Did it set our equipment alarming?
No,
Yes!
seriously.
Going towards the casket.
Towards the REM. Everything's going off as well. All the equipment is going off. So we've got this REM, that REM. All we need now is the other REM, and then it's all of it. And we've got this device here for the static detector, which picks up static. That's gone green.
I can't believe it.
Finally, it's time for Ghost Dimension's #1 scariest moment. During the 60s, one house in West Yorkshire became infamous for being home to the UK's most violent poltergeist activity ever recorded. 30 East Drive was home to the Pritchard family, and they became terrorized by paranormal activity in their own home, which took a dark turn and took a liking to their daughter. The spooky goings-on were coupled with a mysterious black-robed figure, whose appearance became more and more frequent. As the crew investigated the home, they used a portal device to make contact with the spirit world, and after receiving what can only be described as demonic voices through the machine, they managed to capture poltergeist activity on camera.
Is that you that knocked them for us? Yeah.
Bex? I thought it
We
said
said
Bex.
yes or Bex. Which one was it?
It was Bex.
Bex. Was you trying to scare Bex?
Because he knew he did it upstairs.
Oh, what the hell happened there?
Why would it have done that?
That sounds a bit dark, doesn't it?
That was a bit demonic.
Yes.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Whoa! The door! The door! Did we get that?
Yeah, I think so. We've got to go through it.
Paul,
Yeah, I'll go on.
do you want to take that and take a look?
Yeah. Just let me calm my nerves a second, because that freaked me out.
That was... That there just opened on its own. We could hear a door going and it opened.
Jesus, that freaked the hell out of me then.
Is nobody there, or is anybody there?
I'm even nervous about stepping out here. Jesus.